So DDoS is an acronym that stands for Distributed Denial of Service, and it's a kind of attack that you see on the network increasingly nowadays. And so to understand DDoS, the long phrase, you kind of break it up, right? So start at the end, service, right? What's the service? Well, we're talking about the internet. So that could be anywhere from web servers to emergency services, because everything relies on the network now. Then you go to denial of service. Sometimes we call that DOS. It means you're denied access to the internet, denied access to the web. Maybe you can't get to emergency services. Maybe you can't get to your bank for payment services. So it makes the internet unavailable. And then finally, the key word here for DDoS is distributed denial of service, which means it's not just a single attack against you. It's distributed in the sense that there can be thousands, hundreds of thousands of devices attacking you all at once on the internet. There have been DDoS attacks that have brought down school district networks during testing season. There have been websites that have been completely brought off the internet. Entire cities that have been unable to access the internet during the course of one of these attacks. That's really the major damage from these sort of attacks, is the collateral damage that ends up taking entire networks out. And so we pay a lot of attention to detection of when attacks are happening, as well as mitigation of how do we respond to these attacks when they do happen, and restore services to the rest of the community. In most cases, as a distributed denial of service attack, an organization can reach out to its network vendor for assistance. So for example, Ornet clients can reach out to Ornet and say, hey, we have some sensitive web servers that we really want to make sure are resistant to attack. And in a case like that, we can implement things like filtering, we can implement different routing techniques. And so by working with your network vendor, your ISP, there's ways that you can help protect particular parts of your network. But there's some new technologies too that are beginning to emerge. So instead of just having a case-by-case single basis, there are some network-based measures now that we can do. So something like this happens actually in the network. So in the backbone, you set up a set of systems to actually remove the denial of service traffic from the connections and only deliver the, quote, good traffic down those connections. It takes specialized servers, specialized networks to do that kind of thing, but it is something that is beginning to be available to customers so they can say, I want always on protection from denial of service attacks. And so that's another thing that we can do, is work with people to implement that.